this letter from your mum, right? So she's stoic, she's tough, and then she writes you this letter.
I think, when she wrote that letter at the end, which totally caught me off guard because I hadn't seen that letter. It was just suddenly there at the end in the book, and I think they wanted it to be sort of like the true emotion of reading that kind of letter. But she really goes in it quite deep, and for my mother, those things that she wrote in there I'd never heard before. So I think she also thinks that throughout the life I've not always listened to her. Like even now I've got something ongoing, and I got into bed with her last night and she was going, let me just tell you my take on this. And she was sort of, I didn't say anything because I was already tired from a long day at work. And I thought to myself, yeah, it's about time at 65 I start listening to this woman of 88 because she's like a wise old owl, my mum. She's a woman of few words, but those words really resonate with me when she says things because it really pricks something in me. And I just never thought ever in my lifetime I would hear her say those words at the end of the chapter. So,
because you're still her little girl. It doesn't matter what the calendar says. It doesn't matter what your passport says or your birth certificate. It doesn't matter how old you are. You're still her little girl.
See, even now, yeah, it's making me emotional talking about that with her. Yeah.
Because no matter how old we are, it comes from the same rosebed as, we don't stop playing because we get old. We get old because we stop playing. We still don't really know about things. I'm blessed with 5 children, have an amazing wife, but I still haven't got a clue what I'm doing. We don't know why we're here. We try and do our best. You want love, then you find you have to give love. And giving love is sometimes enough, but you can never really truly love anybody else if you don't love yourself first and foremost. So you always get back to square one there. And all the time is ticking by and your mum's still around. And I bet your mum feels the same way about herself sometimes.
Well, at 88, she's always sort of saying to me now, I've had another good year, don't bank on it and me being here next year.
Yeah.
And yesterday she said to me, I do worry about you. Even though you're 65, I worry about you when I'm not here. When she says things like that, it's, I don't know, very difficult to hear. Because without her, who's been a part of my life, I'm not just talking about everybody's close to their mother, but she's lived with me since my son was 2 till he was 21. And then on and off. She was with David for a while and then he passed. Then we had the stalker. So we sold her house and we moved her in with me. So she's been again back with me in the same house for about 4 years. So I get used to her again and being around, and we have our own little routine. She is the boss, by the way. And it's hard to imagine life without her.